Today we are going to see ionic translucent. What is that? So first of all, we are going to create a project. So I have already created a project, but for if somebody is starting doing the first time ionic, for them I am creating this project. So go to terminal, cd documents. Okay, cd documents. So for that, you have to just create ionic start. Okay, so once you create ionic, it will create, it is asking you to create app wizard, which I will say no. And if you see this, I am selecting that framework as Angular. You can select, if you know React, you can select React or Vue according to your knowledge. So I'm going to select Angular. So now you see the project name, right? So just I'll give see, it's something like Control G. From where it came, give me copy paste from somewhere else. So trans translucent okay. So just give the project name. If you see that, right, the template we have tabs, so I will just select blank. Okay, so these are the thing I have done it okay, so it will create the project, but I'm not going to because I already created that project. If you see that, right, so this is my project. Okay, so this is the project, and you have to just after you create the project, you have to do some command ionic build, which I have done it, ionic build. Then if you're trying to run it on iOS, then you have to ionic capacitor, add iOS. Okay, then ionic cap, add Android for Android environment. Okay, so once you've done that, then you have to do it there is a command ionic cap sync. Okay, so this will sync all those plugins and those your TypeScript file inside that iOS or Android folder. Okay, so once you've done that, I am doing this ionic cap because I am running on iOS. Okay, first on iOS, so ionic cap run iOS dash l. Okay, it will run runtime. Okay, it will do the runtime changing. Whatever you're changing will do, it will affect on the simulator on the runtime. So these are the command I am doing. Okay, just make it big. Okay, so these are the commands. So these are the command we have to do it. So which already done it. So once you just I'm running, I'm going to just run ionic because I already done build, and if you see, I have already created those iOS folder and Android folder with this command which I told you, right? Ionic cap add iOS and Android. Then I also done ionic cap sync, and you can do it also. Let's do ionic cap sync. So it is going to build first. If you see, it is building that application. It will add those plugin which you have provided into that project.package.json. So your code, right, you see it is trying to convert it to ECMAScript 15 to 2015. It is trying to add those plugins also inside those iOS and that particular folder, Android folder. So now it is done. Now I'm not going to take more time. I'm just going to run iONIC cap sync, iONIC cap sync. No, sorry, iONIC cap run iOS, and we are going to see on both the iOS and Android. So first I'm doing it on iOS. That's it. So it is going to take time. So before that, like we have to also select which 7 I want. I want iONIC Pro 11. Okay. So it is running. I think it is going to take over at least a few seconds, 40 to 30 to 40 seconds. Let's see. So in meantime, if you go to that original document, right? See, this is the cap. This is iONIC framework original document website. So what I was thinking, okay, just search by this thing, translucent, red translucent version. So you see, these are, so if you see this thing, right, we are using translucent like page footer, also like iONIC card header. So iONIC header, right? So what it does, it provides a scrollable, like it will backdraw facility something. So you can do a scroll thing, right? So if you do a scroll, right, suppose on the header, so it will display like even it will go in the back side like of that particular header or the content. So that it's try to provide a scrollable like behind that, like those content, those like footer, header, whatever. So now if we see our application, it is still running. So it is still running now. So these are all the component on which we can apply this translation. Okay. So if you see one of these things, right, if you go to page footer, right. So this is iONIC footer. Okay. So we can provide on header also. If you go to that header. I want to go from iONIC card header, iONIC list header, iONIC header. Okay. So if you go to this header, you will find this control, this series, this thing, right, translucent. So this is like a property which you have to provide on this iONIC header component. So if it is true, the header will be like translucent, means it will be like something. It is like it will be. You can do those like what is it? Scroll level behind that particular header. So only apply when the mode is iOS. So this apply only on that iOS mode, okay? And the device supports, if the device support backdraw facilities, like backdraw filter facility, then only you can do this thing, okay? Where it is going, click something, it's by mistake. So okay, so in order to scroll the content behind the header, like in order to contain, like we have to provide scroll the behind the header. Even if you're doing translation true, but it will not apply unless until you make the full screen. Like okay, suppose if you want to on a content, then you have to provide this full screen, this particular attribute on that particular content, like iONIC content. Okay, so if we can see that, right, you see this thing, right, the code. So if you see this thing, like we have translation equal to true on the iONIC header, and as it is mentioned, right, we have to provide like this full screen. Yeah, just copy this full screen. It's equal to true. Okay. So if you see this thing, right, sorry. So see, this is like if you see this is the content. You see, this is the end content, which is this blank is coming from here. Okay, this content header title. So if you see this content blank, it is going right. It is scrollable, right? You can see the header also right on the top, and it is scrollable. We can scroll behind that particular header. So this is like due to happen due to this translucent property, right? And full screen here. So you have to provide both thing here, okay? So in this way, and this thing you can do it like for example, if you want to do it on like in something like if you can do it like on this ionic header, ionic footer. You can do it and you have to put it the same thing, right? You have to put it the same translation like here also true and this thing full screen true, so that the content will be scrollable behind that particular component, okay? So it will be scrollable. So this is how it looks on iOS, and you have to platform, but I'm also going to do it for this particular Android, so we can at least compare. So I think it will not do there, but yeah, just wanted to show you how it looks on that Android. So I'm going to close this. So for that, I think I have, if you see this thing, right, I have already Android folder is there, okay? So I have to just ionic open Android, okay? So it is opening now. It is open that Android. So it is going to take some time, so I'm going to fast forward this like video. So now we can see that that the application is loaded on Android emulator. So if you see here that that particular thing that is not doing a scrollable, right, on that particular header. So we can still do that in this, we can customize this thing, but it's not doing right. Here this transclude, it is not scrolling, right? So this is the difference, like it will not do it on Android mode. So that's all for we have for transclusion, and thanks for watching this video. If you like, then please subscribe and try to share this video. Thank you.